Hi everyone, this is Peter with SmartRockClimbing.com, and today we're going to be talking about what's called serene saw, and you might be wondering what that is. Well, serene saw is actually an acronym that's used in rock climbing to talk about what a good solid bomber anchor looks like. And so we're just going to go through that list with you right now. So the S stands for secure. So really what this is talking about is whatever you're attaching yourself into. So if you're clipping into some bolts, make sure those bolts are solid, that they're in there, that they're good, that they're not moving. If you're going to be tying a rope around a tree or a boulder, make sure that it's a large enough tree or boulder that, it's secure, that it's not going to be moving. Again, you're putting your life in the hands of this stuff, and so you want to make sure that it's secure. Not only do you want your anchor to be secure, but it also needs to be redundant. If one piece busts out and you don't have a backup, it could be a catastrophic failure. You want to make sure that your system is redundant. So usually on a sport anchor, you can just clip into two spots and you're good. There's two different things that you're attached to. For most traditional anchors, you're going to want to have at least 3 different pieces connected to the rock or to a boulder or to a tree to keep you secure and safe. There's different techniques that we use to make our anchors redundant, like using an overhand knot on a bight or using the sliding X. Not only do you want your anchor to be redundant, but it also needs to be equalized. When your anchor is equalized, it basically means that the load is equally shared amongst the different pieces that you have in your anchor. The NE of serene is no extension. What you want to do when you're making your anchor is picture one of the pieces coming out. If that piece comes out, is there going to be an extra amount of slack on any of the other pieces in your anchor? If so, that means that it's getting extended. Extension not only puts extra pressure onto those remaining pieces, but it will also make the climber fall even further. And when they're not expecting to fall that extra distance, it can be a little bit more dangerous. So we minimize extension by tying our overhand knot on a bight, or when you're using a Magic X, that you include stopper knots so that if one of the pieces fell, it wouldn't extend nearly as far as if you didn't have those knots in. And then the saw in serene saw is small angles. What this has to deal with is the angle that your sling is at. The wider the angle, the more force is going to be on each individual piece. And so kind of you want at a maximum is a 60-degree angle. And if kind of a rule of thumb, or a rule of fingers in this case, is to spread your index finger and your middle finger as far as you can, and you don't want your angle to be wider than that. So hopefully these principles will be with you as you go and create anchors throughout your climbing experience. For a review, you want your anchors to be solid, redundant, equalized, with no extension, and you want to maintain a small angle. Thanks for joining me for this video where we're going in a little bit deeper talking about anchors and how to put those things together. Just getting into rock climbing and want to learn more? I really encourage you to check out my free ebook. It's called 10 Steps to Epic Climbing. It's going to give you a great overview of kind of the whole process that goes from, starting out learning about new techniques and takes you all the way into being able to do some epic climbs.